Okay guys, to put this hub back together, it's fairly simple. Once you've pulled it apart, stripped it all down, got all the parts by themselves. I got parts in the back of the tray painted, ready to go back on. You clean it all up, get all the dirt out, get all the debris out, make it look nice and pretty. Okay guys, so what we want to do first is put the inner seal here in. Pretty much what I've done is grab my old man's 32mm socket, right, and I've just put it right on top and given a couple hits. It's gone in, sit flush, it's seated. It's meant to be a little lip down here, as you guys can see, a little lip, and then that one is in. Right, next step guys is to knock in your bearing races. The old ones, if they're in somewhat of a decent condition, you can reuse them. Way you can tell if they're bad and to throw them out is if you can see the bearing there has been rubbing on it, or if this inner lip right here is really sharp. That's a good way to tell if they're bad. But the rule of thumb is anytime you pull it apart, replace it. It's just easy, simple maintenance, preventative maintenance pretty much. So ideally you want to get a socket the same size or even a brass punch just to knock this in. Unfortunately I do not have that, so my next best thing, hammer on top, smack it with the other hammer. Boom, just like that guys, the bearing races are seated. You can tell really easily just by looking from the inside looking out if that edge there is flush. Same up here. Okay guys, so then you want to put your seals on. So it goes felt, rubber, and then metal. This metal one did not come in my kit, so I've had to reuse it. Do try and keep all your stuff that you do pull off. Do try and keep them in somewhat of a good nick to be able to reuse just in case. Okay guys, then we want to grease up our bearings here. It's easier when you have the right tools, but if you don't, and you do it out like me in the backyard on the ground, this is the way to do it. You get a scoop of your grease, put it in your palm like so, get your bearing and you push it in and you flick. And you keep going till there's grease that comes out the back side here. Just like so. Just so it comes out the back. That is all you have to do. And then just like that, all greased up. Get my finger out. Okay guys, this is what it will look like when it's finished. All covered in grease. The back side here has grease coming out of it. That's exactly what we want. Pretty much you just put that in the race and let it sit there, and you repeat it on the other bearing. Alrighty guys, next up is your swivel hub. Pretty much identify your front and rear. That's the front, that's the side that sticks out towards the outside of the car. That sticks in to the inside. And you also want to identify your top and bottom. This here is the bottom, and this side here is the top. This side here is the top. You can simply tell by where the grease point is. You then want to take your bottom bearing, put it into it like so, and slide it on.
At this point, I thought the cops stopped at my house. Turns out it was the ambulances stopping at a neighbour's house who had a heart attack. He's all good though.
So boom, guys, that's what it should be looking like. Bearings facing up like so, and like so, and it's just sitting there at the moment. You can add some extra grease if you would like to, and that's pretty much it. Next part is to put the kingpins on. Here's the kingpins. So this is the bottom one, this one is the top one, and when you pull it off, there'll be some spaces there. These spaces look like so, and you want to count how many come off. For me, there was 4 on the top, 4 on the bottom, and that's what you want to put back on there. In the kit that I got, I only have 2 left, as the other 2 went onto the other side there. It's pretty much I got to use the odd ones, which is why it's good to try and keep the ones you pull off in somewhat of a good nick. There's 4 for the bottom. 2, 3, 4. Try and keep them somewhat clean, guys. I'll go over them and clean them in a minute. Put them on, and then you put them in. So guys, you put your cones in, put your bottom bolts on, you get your top bolts here, and you put them on too, and you put them down and you tighten them up till they're tight. Try and go off the owner's manual for torquing these up. For me, it's 3 ugga duggers. If you know, you know. Pretty much, that's most of all that done. And the next part is just reassembling all this. Alright guys, so what we want to do when you tighten these up is just alternate your sides, have it go down evenly, same on the bottom, alternate, have them come up evenly so you don't torque anything, so it's all nice. And then guys, you do up your backing seals here. You use the split ring, you know, splits there, 2 pieces, put them on, tighten it up, alternate, so you go 1, 2, 3, and then 4 down there. Keep it nice and even, and then go firm. Get your little 10mm spanner out, put it on, and it's nice and firm. Don't snap anything, don't go too hard. These are prone to breaking fairly easily. Okay, next part, once we've done all that, it's looking like a seal again. Nice swivel hub that's firm, not loose, but not too tight. Is to put the CV in.
Good choice.
What you want to do is just clean out your old grease and pack it full of new grease. So guys, you want to pack it full of new grease, pack it full, and then also in here, make sure it's nice and covered. And then when you put it in, it's fairly simple, just slide it in, twist it around till it slips in and locks in the center of the diff there. So guys, when you're getting your CV put in, if you guys struggle, try and get it to lock in to the center or go in far enough, just give your tail shaft here a spin, and it'll help line the gears up in there to help it slide in. When you're putting this all hub assembly back on, you're gonna go with your gasket, then your brake shield, then your seal here. I'm not quite too sure what this seal's called, and then you just follow along. And guys, you want to put your hubs all back together. It's easy to do when you have the right tools. Luckily the old man has the right tools in the shed. Tighten them down, get them firm, put the locking tab over, even though they're bloody useless. Clean your rotor up, and that's pretty much the job done. Alright guys, that's pretty much the job done there. All that's left is the outer locking hub here, which I've still yet to buy, and to put the caliper on. But to put the caliper on, I want to pan it up, get it looking pretty, just like the other side. Otherwise, thanks guys for watching. Hope you guys learnt something, hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's always fun rebuilding the swivel hub, even more fun rebuilding such a shit rig.